Alright, today I want to try to start off with trying to accomplish 3 contracts, maybe four. I want to plant a flag on the moon, transmit data from space around the moon, and I want to get a rescue. So I want to go up to orbit, pick up this alley Kerman. Oh my God. Pick him up, take him to the moon with me, then bring him back. So I want to try to complete these 3 contracts in one mission today. And let's get started. I want to get a rendezvous with my little buddy in space here. I had some weird artifacts early in the VAB where I could actually see these flags through the other parts. It was weird. I don't know. I looked in the debug menu. It was saying something about texture replacer couldn't load something, but I come out here and it's working. So a lot of these mods that's come out here recently saying that they're updated, I still can't find this one mod that's throwing a KSP API extension error. Pretty much it's the only error I'm getting now on load up, but for some reason I can't find the right mod that's using that version that's out of date. I've installed quite a few, I've reinstalled. It's just I don't know, it's really kind of crazy. I wish it was a lot more like some of the other games where the mods would automatically update, or if they didn't update they just wouldn't load at all. But well, can't be perfect. And I also had a problem where I tried to load up one of my sandbox games and it had been working fine for days, and today I loaded it up and tried to install it, and I kept getting a memory crash where it was saying that I was using 1955 megabytes on one of my video cards, but I have 2 video cards running in SLI and they each have 2 gigs of RAM on them. Plus I have 16 gigs of RAM in my computer, so I don't know what that error was about, but it seems to work fine in my other saves. So I don't know, maybe that save got corrupted somehow, I don't know. But I'm starting to think I might a lot of the older mods that haven't been updated recently at all, maybe they're not even worth just using right now. I mean, some of them haven't been updated for 2 versions of the game, but some of the parts and stuff still work in game. But you never know if those might be the problems. Well, let's get back to the launch here, and I'll stop complaining about the mods, because I love them. Still looking good. Let's check our Delta V here. Yep. Yeah, see, I don't have the right size parachutes to save those large tanks and engines, so that's just a total loss. Oh man, that tank alone is 11,000. The Rocco Max isn't that bad, but that tank by itself, I wish I could just save that one part. I'd be happy, but I put 4 parachutes on there and they still won't slow it down enough. So I just decided to take the parachutes off because they're so expensive. It's just crazy even trying to use them unless you know that part's going to survive. Get here in orbit. Save my little buddy. Take him to the moon. I guess he didn't know, he thought he was going to get rescued and sent back home, but it's not the case. gonna go ahead and transmit that. Just installed this new universal storage science parts that have all the science parts from the stock game plus a few of the others. As you can see, I should be trying to grab this science, but I usually try to leave the science around Kerbin for my eventual station. That way I can put it at a maybe a 45-degree orbit. That way I can grab a lot of science with that and just sit in orbit and grab that science instead of trying to use a guy to jump in and out or use this program to there's a larger telescope with another mod that looks a lot better. I'm gonna end up building my version of the Hubble, so that'll be in later missions. Got to get this tech tree unlocked. I have all my parts here to play with, but of course you have to start over. Alrighty, and let's go ahead and let's get really close to little buddy here. I had to go back and put this reaction wheel on this ship. I tried to go without it, but this thing was so heavy, and this pod has it's even weaker than the regular Mark 1 command pod on ASS, so had no choice. I had to. It was just taking so long to just turn the ship to get it pointed somewhere. So let's see if I can grab another one of these. Taking pictures of Kerbin. I'll take that science. I'll leave these other ones for when I get to the moon. I want to get most of my science from there and Minmus. Oh, missed it. I guess I'll end up putting a couple of spy satellites up since I can grab pictures. Might as well spy on my neighbors American style. I'll take that and transmit. I'll wait till I come back around. Oh, excuse me. I'll wait till I come back around before I transmit any more data. My power levels are down to half. I need to get my batteries charged back up. As you can see, I have plenty of food. Hopefully I'm going to leave them on the moon and try to gather as much data as I can, because I brought these extra EVA packs here that has extra EVA propellant. So basically they can go a lot farther with what they have a lot quicker. So I'm going to use those to try to hit a couple more biomes on the moon with the guys, and then bring the science back to the ship, and then just launch and go back instead of trying to do the hop up small orbit, burn, and land again. I'll just use those up and then drop them and make it back to the ship. That should be able to get me quite a few surface samples and different biome readings. Alright, what are they doing now? Intercept. Oh, that's right, I came up too fast and I probably got ahead of him. Yep. I hate when that happens. You get just ahead of them. These batteries should be charged up. Hmm. Like these little orbital telescopes. I believe a lot of some of these parts and mods that these guys have. I don't think that every mod should just have all the parts that they have. Some of them have really great parts that fit with the game, but then they go sometimes they go a little too far and they try to add their whole own system to the game, you know. I mean, I think this game would be a lot better and a lot less buggy if more of the modders did things like what they're doing with the US Universal Storage. They're trying to get their mods working with TAC and Kerbal attachment system, and these are other mods that really do need to be in the game. You know, these sort of little bays and the Kerbal attachment system, piping and stuff. But some of the parts in Kerbal attachment system you probably will never use, like the uh, some of the parts like you're gonna always use the pipe endpoints or the pylons or the other little strut connectors that you can move around to secure your ship, like the little struts that you can connect together. But some of the other ones, like a winch, I mean, yeah, it's maybe good if you want to use something like that on Kerbin, but if you're going to be spending most of your time in space, a winch is not really that useful. I mean, you have three versions of a winch. I mean, you could just have one that rotates or something. I mean, in Infernal Robotics, oh my God, this is one of the best mods that you want to use. But as you can see, most people only use the hinges or the pistons. You know what I mean? So that's really all you need for the type of things you can do on spacecraft, to push something out, flip it open, things of that nature. But I mean, the guardrail, the rails, and all the other stuff that they have in that I've never used. You know, and it just takes up space. And then some mods, oh, don't get me started on B9. One of my favorite mods, but also one of my most unfavorite mods. I mean, it has all these parts that the majority of them that you will never use. You know, you just why couldn't they just throw in a couple of pods? The bays are really nice. That's what you really most people download B9 for, is just to get cargo bays. You know, so you get a cargo bay, you take that out. I mean, it just seems like some of these guys, I know you want to show off that you have talent making stuff for games and try to work it into something, but I mean, sometimes less is more. You know, you put too much into the game, it's too confusing. Like right now, I have, if I pull up my my debug window and show you all the parts I have installed, I have like almost a thousand plus textures installed, and right now I'm actually running at almost 8 gigs of RAM. That's just the RAM from my computer, and only 2.5 of that is Windows. 2.3 rather is running Windows 7. So I have almost 8 gigs of RAM, and then I have 4 gigs on my two video cards, and that one of my video cards is almost already up to almost 1.5 gigs just with the textures. You know what I mean? So I mean, oof, man, I love this game, man, but it just seems like something needs to change a little bit with the way the mods are introduced. I mean, I understand people want to try to show off their skills or whatever, but sometimes, man, less is better. I mean, sometimes you just want, like, out of B9, I use the cockpits, cargo bays, this little flat engine because it's really decent. It's like a poodle engine that's been flattened out, and this SAS controller, and basically that's it. I mean, the wing parts and stuff like that you can basically get by with either procedural wings or, you know, basically just a few other parts from that mod. You don't need all the wing pieces and the adapters. Now you need some of the adapters for the cargo bays, but if you take out all the wing extensions and individual wings and all the different pieces like that, you basically break that thing down to like 20 parts, 25 parts that you really want to use, and make them fit with the game, and it'll be a whole lot better for everyone. I mean, You can do a lot with the few parts that you have. You don't need a lot of parts to, and everybody wants to have so many parts, but let's go ahead. What is, oh, okay. It wants to get, I shouldn't have put it so close. It's trying to get right at that 30. Where's my little bug? Whoa. Oh, he's way over there. Oh, and this science deal is stopping me every time it tries to. That's what it is. It's stopping me every time it tries to. And oh man, while I was talking, more lost tanks. I need bigger parachutes. Much bigger parachutes. Cause that main sail. Oh man. I mean, it's been so long. You've played this game for so long, and you've never cared about the cost. You just throw stages away like they don't mean anything. And now it's like, oh my God, that my favorite launch stage is too expensive for my space program. I'm just throwing money down the drain. I need to open up. That's why I'm trying to pull off this moon mission so I can go ahead and get my tech tree unlocked. Oh man. Probably will have another 3, oh, maybe 6 months before the next update, so I'll have plenty of time to get used to this version, which I still really like. I mean, it's I know that the problems that I've had with the game so far is more than likely from a few of the mods that I haven't updated, or I just chose not to, because this time I did not want to go through the whole blanket out everything, erase everything, reinstall, and then only reinstall updates that were for that version, because some of the old ones still do work. So I have KW Rocketry got updated, but I have parts from other uh, mods that haven't been updated or don't work anymore, or just I don't download the whole mod anymore, that I might have 1 or 2 engines from that mod that I keep in the KW Rocketry folder. So I have to make sure I put those back in after they update. And then what if those parts aren't updated? I mean, it's just really crazy. I'm probably going to break down and just erase everything and start from scratch again and reinstall back to only the mods that are working, that are basically working with 24.2 update, which I'm missing some of my favorite mods that seem that they're not updating. How can you run a space program without Kerbal attachment system and keythane? I mean, it's really impossible. You can do it, and you can take out tech life support, but I mean, with the budgets put in, it's just really not feasible to be shooting out 100 tons of fuel to send a jewel just so that you can have the fuel there to get them back and to have reserve for the station you want to send out there. Because I launched one of the this Speedy's Truss mod that has some new truss pieces that I've been waiting on, something like that, for a while. And he has a fuel tank that's basically the orange fuel tank, but it looks like a modular fuel tanks inside of a truss. So I put each tank weighs 36 tons. So I put one of the regular trusses in the middle, and I put 3 of those basically orange tanks around the truss, and just basically stuck them right to the side of the truss. And then I stuck that on top of a large, almost this size probe core fuel tank, so that I can move it around in orbit, plus a bunch of RCS, and launch it. This thing weighed, just the fuel in that truss weighed 100 tons. And I basically had to build a huge craft that cost me like 469,000 funds. And once I launched it up there, it was, oh my God, it was so uncontrollable, even with SAS all over it, and the RCS. I finally got it docked to the station, and Then I said, well, I'm gonna send another craft up there. I gotta move around some stuff because I wanted to move around my habitat models. Now this was in my sandbox game, and oh man, I was going. I'm gonna post a picture at the end of this video of my station. I can't go back to that station for some reason. It crashed on me. It said that it was too many textures or something loaded up. So yeah, it was too many textures loaded up. So every time that I try to go back to that sandbox game and load it up, the game just crashes. It won't even let me load up anything. It'll let me go to the screen. If I try to click on the VAB, it just crashes. I don't know what happened to that save, but I spent like the entire weekend building that station and everything, and then I thought, well, oh, maybe it's Interstellar because I have the radiators on the one of the center truss pieces because I like the way it looked, and I thought, well, I'm eventually going to bring a reactor up here because in Interstellar, the reactors just fall through the ship. You load up a reactor on top of something, and basically whatever it's on, it just basically is like it's not there, just falls straight through the ship and hits the ground. So you can't load up the reactor or the science little pod for Interstellar. So that mod is just non-functional. So I told myself I'm gonna go and take out the parts that's from Interstellar, and then I'm just gonna uninstall it. Could never get back to my station to take the parts out. I don't even know if it was that mod that messed it up because it was working just fine this entire weekend. I mean, I was literally running the game for like 5 or 6 hours straight with no problems at all, no glitches, anything, and it was working fine. And then all of a sudden, bam, it just crashes on me with no reason why it crashes. Then when I try to load it back up, it says, oh, memories, something wrong with the textures. But I was like, oh well, it ain't like this hasn't happened before. Let's grab this guy here. We're finally here. I want to figure out if there's a way to change this so that it doesn't stop time every time that it goes over somewhere, because that's really messing up my time warp with MechJeb. It wants to speed up and this program wants to slow it down. I guess I'll check it out later. Let's get this guy in here. Come on, hit the engines. There he is. I might be able to just grab him and bring him directly over to the ship. We'll see. This is going to be my transfer stage as well to get to Moon. This is the landing stage. Alrighty. Let's see if I'm going to disengage, kill rotation. Let's point up to the sky to the north. Let's kill this maneuver node. And I'm going to see if I can switch to this guy and take control of him, which I can. And I'm going to go over here real quick. Let's go, little buddy. That's not me breathing in the mic. That's my little Kerman friend here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I don't want to come in here too hot, too fast. That would not be good. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down. Yep, coming in a little hot there. Now I gotta be careful, don't want to hit my solar panels. We all know what that means. With TAC life support installed, death. They will die from cold. Come on, buddy. Let's get it done. I would like to try something, but I don't want to blow up. And after that other video, if you watch my other video of the keythane accident, the keythane extractor accident, where I right-clicked and tried to grab something and blew that little Kerbin to dust and destroyed my refinery. Should I? No, I'm gonna relax on that right now. Let's get in, buddy. Alrighty. So we're done with that. Save this guy. That's one contract down. Got a little money for it. I'll get more once I bring him back to Kerbin. I'll get the full payout, which I believe is 50,000, maybe 60. I think it goes up every time you rescue one of them. Don't quote me on that though. Let's go ahead and get out to the moon. Yep, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Every time you get it working just the way you want it, they have to fix one little part that breaks everything in the game. But eventually one day they will be done with the game. I hope not. I hope they work on it for the next 20 years, adding more parts and more solar systems and more technology. I mean, honestly, I've put thousands and thousands of, probably tens of thousands of hours into video games over my life, but I would say honestly that in the short period of time that I've had this game, I bought this game last year in March when it came on sale in the summer sale, I believe, and that was actually, I think, the first time I really even saw the game, you know, like, oh, what it was about, you know. I think I saw it when it was early access, when it was one of the first games released in early access, but it was so basic at that point. It just, I just told myself I'll just wait a while, you know, and let them work on it before I even play with it, because I want it to be more, at least to this level, before I start playing it. So I waited and I bought it, and I've basically put in 2,000 plus hours in 1 year's time on this one game. I've literally stopped playing all my other games. I think I've become addicted. I'm addicted. KSP crack. I smoke it every day. I smoke the crack every day. KSP, I get up, I think about building ships and what my new station's gonna be and how much Delta. I go to sleep dreaming about Delta V. It's sad. It's really sad. I know, but I don't care. I'm definitely going to check out this. Let's see if I can change it somehow. I think this just lets me click on them and work them. It's got to be some kind of way to adjust it. Let me see. Don't know. Oh, I'll take that. Damn it. Guess I should leave that open just in case. Maybe it's a way to, I'll have to go back and read because this is taking too much time. Normally it would have just sped through these little speed ups, but it wants to stop every time. I want to get that station up here. Really can't afford it right now though. Ooh, man. Had an accident in my main save file. I loaded up after I uninstalled some parts, and of course all the ships and the ship I just launched, the money and everything was just evaporated into nothing. No. I lost quite a bit of cash and ships and Jebediah and a couple other astronauts on that little snafu, but I guess somehow the game doesn't register not loading ships as a loss in reputation. So, I sure don't want to have to start over again running those small little orbitals. I've done that enough times. Let's get out here to the moon. We rotate these panels into the sun. Okay. Crew report? No. This should get me all the way out to the moon with a correction burn on the way, plus get me into orbit, and I'll probably use most of this to slow me down for my landing, so I can save this whole stage just for the last minute slowdown to land, and then I will boost off, and I'm hoping that I don't know if I want to trust it. I don't know if this is enough delta V to get from moon landing to orbit, then out to Minmus. Maybe get a free return. No, I don't think I can get a free return on Minmus. Maybe. I don't know if I'm going to take that chance, though. That's a little risky with my funds looking this low and my reputation high. I really do need these payouts and this science from this mission to keep my space program alive. That is definitely important. Alright, they are finished with the burn. And I'm going to manually go into map mode and do my course adjustments here. And I want to focus here. Let's see. Nope. Nope. No. Let's see. Alright, there we go. 40. Let's go. I want to get really close because I can get the high and the low. Science 17. That's good. And I'm going to do that burn. It's going to give me 17. That is a really expensive burn. It's going to kill most of my... I could just wait. It should be... Let's cancel that. Let's cancel that. That's a little too... Let's go farther out here. That's more like it. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That was a little expensive. Moving that maneuver node around. Let's get a little bit lower. That's 10, a little too low. And 14, perfect. 8 meters per second. That'll leave plenty of for my insertion burn. Maybe a little bit for landing. Alright, let's go ahead and have mech jub. I could set up all the maneuver nodes. Now, I tried it last night. It didn't really work too well because the maneuver node wasn't exact. Oh, that's because the ship wasn't turning correctly. Alright, I'm gonna try to set up another maneuver node here. That way it can get it done. Let's get it down to 67, too high. 13, 19, 19, 13. That'll be good enough. And I'm going to go back here and I'm going to tell it to execute all nodes. It'll just go through and burn all those nodes on its own. You can just plan them out. I haven't tried this on multiple sphere influences, like let's say going for a flyby of moon, then using that to, I guess you could use it like that, because now they have the maneuver node system set up where you can go forward in orbits and save them and then click you know, basically wait for that orbit to come around. And I mean, you could set up Yeah, I've never really thought about that. I guess you could really set up maneuver nodes like that. Then once you get that maneuver node set way out at Jewel, you could go out there, focus on it, and then do a correction burn on the line that's gonna. I wonder how that would work. If it would be accurate enough. I know a lot of guys say that you can't rely on that sphere of influence change not being absolutely what it said it was gonna be, and that is true. That is true. So I'll try it out in one of my later episodes. This is just getting started here. Let's get this moon mission done and come on, do this little baby burn, and then we'll fly in quick. If I should try to get a little science. Let's see. Oh, come on, come on. Am I fast forward? No. Let's get a orbital telescope. Let's transmit that. Let's get a. Do I want to do a material study? Let's see if it's even worth it. Let's get the lights on. Let's see what's going on here. 37. Ooh, that's pretty good. I think I want to keep that. I'll keep that. Yep. See, it has the same textures, just a little slight difference from the stock science parts. That's why I really like this mod. I mean, the monopropellant tanks they use for the science deals. Yeah, I understand, squad. You're working on the code. I understand, my friend. I really do. But I mean, to tell you the truth, man, this game without mods installed is extremely stable. I mean, it really is. I mean, the mods do add a lot to it, but some of the things Squad could just really would put a lot of these modders out of business in KSP if they would just install some more science parts, a few more science parts like the telescopes. You know, I mean, this is a part of space. I mean, having a telescope or a camera up there, so things like that, and life support. You know, things like that will go a long way to getting them to the point where they can start really thinking like where the game is going to go. You know, where is it going to go? You know, where can this game go? You know, I mean, right now it works. You can land on the planets. You can gather science. I mean, the basics seem to be in there. The contracts work. I mean, you get paid. I mean, I know there's going to be modders out there that's going to come up with a lot of different complex contracts where you have to go to point A, point B, gather science, take it back, research it at the base, then bring it back or transfer. I mean, it's going to be more things to do with that, but I mean, definitely let's keep that and get back in. They really need just a few things in the game to make it more complete, a lot more complete. A few more science modules for a stock game. Uh, Definitely more atomic engines and more diverse engines at different ratios, because I mean just having one engine and one ratio just is I don't even want to get into that, but you know, and definitely life support. Definitely life support. Now, one of the main reasons I really wanted Interstellar in the game is because it puts in reactors. A reason to have a reactor. Now, all the super futuristic engines and warp drives, I could do without it. I mean, a warp drive, you would probably need that to go to another system, which is not anywhere anytime soon. You know, you basically delta V goes out the window when you get to the higher tech tree of Interstellar. It's just pointless. You don't even need it anymore. You can just go wherever you want, anytime you want. No time wasted at all. So that's just not the way I want to play the game right now, you know. So, but having the reactors and the radiators and things of that nature and radiation that you have to worry about and stuff like that went a long way to bringing the game to something that is not super realistic, but just realistic enough to where you are happy with your accomplishments. I mean, yeah. What is? Why haven't they? Uh-oh, this is not good. I guess it didn't want to do that second maneuver node. I basically sat here and talked for 52 seconds What is this? Just received experiment. Oh, I transmitted data from around the moon. Got 60,000 for that, so that's 2 of the boosters back. And we are probably in an ugly, wonky orbit. I'm going to check, and we are going to impact. I'm going to circularize here at this altitude. I don't know. I'm just so used to playing the game and having total focus on the game, not used to having to narrate what's going on. Just talking about a few of the mods here. Hope I'm not boring anybody. It's just so many ideas I have for this game that I wish could be implemented, but it's like you have to install so many different mods just to get the feel that you want for this game, and then you might want to install a whole mod just to get one aspect of that mod. You know, like the radiation and the reactors from Interstellar, you know, that could go a long way to, let's say, like if you put a space station in orbit, all those science experiments and all those Kerbals living there and all the stuff that's going on there requires a small reactor to run, and all the solar panels is just backup, and then they're going to need radiators to keep the temperature right. You know, those 2 little things and the radiation that they have to deal with, those 3 little aspects of the game put into stock game would change the entire way you play the game, because you can't just throw some guy in a small capsule up there anymore, and basically uh, you can't do it. You can't just throw some guy in a module up there, because now you have to worry about how long can this Kerbal actually stay in space before radiation becomes a problem for him, or uh, radiators breaking down and it's heating up, so you have to send them out on EVAs to basically get it fixed. So I'm going to try to get as close as I can to some flat terrain. I had an accident last time. Basically, it landed on a edge, a really steep incline, and destroyed my ship. So I'm going to try to get too close, probably in one of the larger craters. Maybe I can get closer. Let's see. I don't want to take a chance land on any terrain right now. It's just, let's try here and go back, and we have nothing left in the tanks there, so let's just go ahead and land at target, close this. I want to try out this new pod. It's a 2-man pod. It's like a lander can, slightly bigger lander can. Basically, it's just a 2-man pod, but it looks different. You get so used to seeing the same parts all this time, all too much. Alright, let's see. Plane change burn, alright, it's not that much. Delta V, let's just hope it doesn't smack my solar panels. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'll take that science. Oh man. Scattered boulders visible in these regions suggest they may be weathered remains of large asteroid impacts. Sounds reasonable. Oh. With this telescope, it's like you're on the surface. Who needs a lander? Oh, well, I definitely do this time. Let's go ahead and keep transmitting this. I've probably been missing so much science here running my mouth. Man. Don't worry, I'll get it eventually. I will get it eventually. Oh, there's... Ah, no! No! And he fell off. No! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is really, really bad. This is really, really bad. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Come on, come on. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Contract failed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh shit. Oh, that is messed up. Ah, they took that 60,000 back, I bet you. And I'm gonna lose reputation on that. I know it. Oh, I know it. Ooh. Oh man. And they took the money back. Oh, that is just horrible. I don't know what happened, buddy. I don't know what happened. I am really, 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 really sorry. Oh man, that is messed up. I gotta be more careful. Oh man, that is messed up. Oh, that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. My God. The whole point of this thing was to save that guy. And he basically, I hit the wrong button. It was going in time warp, and oh man, that was horrible. Damn it. Yep, that was my fault. I shouldn't have been trying to be greedy and get that science, clicking the button all random like, oh my God, I'm going to lose reputation behind that. A failed contract. What an idiot. What an idiot. Well, at least I'm gathering science. Man, I'm not gonna reload that. I'm not gonna reload that. It's just gonna be a mistake. That is going to be a horrible accident early on in our space program. One of our astronauts was killed. That is not how I wanted to. Oh, transmitting too much data has drawn my batteries down. This might be a total fail mission. This might be it. Ooh, penalties. Oh my God, they hit me up for 14,000 plus minus 25. Oh, I guess I had to pay out to his families. I can't transmit any more data, my friend. This is not good. Oh, we've lost power. We are dead in the water, my friends. I shouldn't have been transmitting. This is just not going well. Not going well. And this engine has no power, so I cannot activate it. This is a problem. Let's go ahead and abort that. Let's hope that he will survive getting around to the other side and powering us back up. Come on. Let's get it turned into the sun. No more transmitting data. Hold on. I know you're transmitting. You want to transmit that data, that science, but oh man, that's what you get when you run your mouth instead of paying attention to your space program. Come on. I definitely need bigger batteries. I need better. It's just come on, orbital science. I'm greedy. Greed has destroyed a Kerbal life. You see what you have done, contracts? My thirst for knowledge and that money has destroyed a Kerbal life. Gathering science, he accidentally hit the emergency eject. It was Kerbal error. I believe it was Kerbal error there. He accidentally hit the wrong button and ejected him out of the capsule while we were at it's not gonna work. They don't have time warp. We are time warping in our reality. Damn it. I guess it's just a total fuck up on my part then. I'm the boss. I have to take responsibility for that life and them loss of funds. Contracts, what have you made me into? What have you made me into? Come on. Science. How much science do I have? Guess it has been a couple. This bad boy. Aquifer abundance, mineral abundance. What's this? Oh, that MKS mod. Display substrate hotspots. Punch cards. wow. Nice. So I guess you can. I wonder if you can see the map view. Oh yeah. Alright. So if I need to turn those on, so really in this whole area, oh, they actually use the map. I guess you don't need ScanSat then, because you can just basically use the antenna to look up the stuff. That's pretty nice. Turn these off. Don't need that now. Don't have any of the modules up here, so let's hide display aquifer water. Oh, you need water. Let's see if we can see both. No, you can only see one at a time. So you need water. We got a few down there. See if there's matching up. So we might actually have display mineral deposits. So this area here was probably going to be a good area to try to get down to. It as minerals, water, and substrate, and ore. So this is definitely going to be a good spot to land. Let's turn that off. Check that out when I get this MKS mod up. That's later in the tech tree. Let's land at target. Let's see if we can get it done this time. Do we have enough power? Yes. Powering up. This has turned out to be a crazy mission. Oh man. Oh, I've been playing all this time just a dumb move. Randomly clicking buttons trying to greedily grab science. Man. Oh. No transmitting data. I need... Maybe if I just... Well, if I keep it, then it's... I'll just keep it and transmit it later. I'll keep that 18. And we've went around quite a few times. It should have did this burn already. Oh, maybe I was too far past the point where it could do the actual burn. What I clicked and told it to do. Oh, let's go back because we're at the stage here. Oh, I guess it got that plane change in only 6 meters per second. Wow. And slow down. Rotate down and hit the brakes, baby. As you can see, this thing is turning really slow. It was turning 100 times slower than that without this control ASS in there. It's I had to redesign this little ship. And let's drop that. And I believe that is probably going to, let's see here. No, it's actually going to probably crash into the moon, hopefully. I'm hoping. Let's see what we have here with science available. Crew port, let's see. Oh, I'll transmit that. Oh, please have enough power, yes. Alrighty. We have plenty of Delta V to get down here. This engine is pretty good. That's why I like it. It's small. It's perfect for landers. It's just, I believe it's almost like a weak Poodle engine with the same ISP. So it's just a weaker Poodle engine. It doesn't have a lot of kick to it, but it's also not sticking out really big. So that means you can make the landing gear fit farther up. It'll be more stable. You'll see when it comes down. These landing gear are actually just above where the bottom of the engine will before it'll hit the ground. So alright, let's make sure we're full charge. Water and oxygen. Let's check our supplies here. We have 88 days left. I mean, that 88 days, I'm going to try to stay here for at least a few weeks. At least a few weeks. Yeah, at least a few weeks. At least 2 weeks on the moon, gathering science, using these EVA packs to get to some of the farther craters. And once they run out, I'll just go back to the ship. Once I use these 2 packs up, I'll probably scrap the mission and bring them back, because this mission is going to be glorious, glorious science. All the science I'm going to get back from just the orbital pictures and these ground samples and reports. A couple more crew reports, EVA reports. I'll try to bring most of those back though. It's just probably going to be a long episode. I'm not going to do all the moon missions today. Once I get it down on the ground and landed, I'll do a save and go back. Going back to the science center. They're going to be pissed. You saved him from orbit just to drop him off on the moon into a poof of dust. Yeah, that was not good. I'm going to basically, let's hope I'm not going into a crater this time. And let's rotate so that these will be in the sun. Let's get this here. We want the door facing the sun and the solar panels. Let's see. Landing gear will come out when I hit 1,000 meters, I believe. Let's just double check that. I believe so. It should. We're slowing down greatly. We only need delta V needed to actually slow down and stop. Oh wait, let me go to surface. Oh, that's right, I have it. Come on, landing gear, anytime now. Do your job. Do your job. Let's pull back. Looks like we're pretty, might be a good area. Yep, landing gear. Oh, they actually came out at 38 on the moon here. Looks like a good spot this time. Looks like we have 3 different craters here. I'll try to gather science from all 3. Maybe from out here in this area. Fly over there. Maybe get another crater. This is going to be nice. I might be able to unlock the rest of the science utensils in the bottom part of the tech tree. Looks pretty flat. Flat enough I won't tip over. Yeah, it's just like a poodle engine, half power poodle engine, but it's lighter, so it's pretty nice. It can get, it's great for landers. Heavy gravity, it's just I don't believe that it would be able to get this ship off. Maybe something smaller, but it's not very good for atmosphere, things like that. Let's make sure that we are going to land. Good. Alrighty. And we are down. Alright. Let's get a material study. No more samples. Oh, that's right. It's something with this mod, US Universal Storage, and this mod. Once you clicked it once to do a materials bay, it doesn't, I guess, recognize that you have other ones on here. So Let's go ahead and transmit that. They're going to be here a while. Let's go ahead and observe the mystery goo here. It's very small amount of science here. I must have, oh, I think I did land here before. That's the problem. Well, no worries. I'm going to go out and let's log visual observations. No samples can be taken. I guess it's just an orbital camera. And that's another goo container. Alright, let's get out and plant this flag. And oh man, Bill, I know you're sad, man, but you still have to get your job done, buddy. Alright, let's get over here and plant this flag. No, must have landed here before. I'll take that surface sample though. And let's leave a memorial for Allie Kerman, who died trying to achieve this goal of landing here. Well, sorry, Allie, but we have a job to do. We're here for science. There's going to be losses. And let's RCS. Boost them up. Boost. And grab. Alright, let's get back in. And I'm going to cut this episode today, and I know it's a little bit long. A lot of stuff happened. Things went wrong. We learned something about some of the newer mods, how they affect gameplay. Our trackers confirmed that the flag has been planted, and I'm going to get 73,000. Man, I'll take that, and I'm going to save here, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Stay tuned. It's going to be great fun.